I was recently looking around on maps when I noticed a standing stone on this hill, but when I googled it I found nothing other than one website saying there was nothing there. I checked my physical map of that area and there it was. A little red dot, signifying something was there that could be hundreds or thousands of years old. So with no definite answer, I had to go check for myself if it still exists.
I'm in the Wicklow Mountains today. I'm currently hiking up the side of the Spink, which is probably, I don't know, has to be top 5 tourist routes in Ireland for hiking. But for good reason, because it's gorgeous here. Oh my God. Who'd have thought winter hiking in Ireland? I needed to bring my sunglasses with me. It was -1 this morning when I left the house, and it was a wind chill of -5 up the top of Mullaghcore, which is the mountain that I'm heading to. There's a storm to roll through later this evening, so it's very important that I get out of here on time. But yeah, it's supposed to be clear at least for the next couple of hours. I'm going to be over there shortly enough, and there's loads of clouds. Morning. There's always one fella running, isn't there? There's a standing stone marked on the OS map between two saddles up here once you get over Mullaghcore. And I don't even know if it exists still. It definitely did at some point. It's very probable that it's a directional standing stone, which means that, like, the same way we have way markers now, somebody would have said, follow this route and you will get to a standing stone in between these two hills. And when you get to that standing stone, keep going that way. So they were just markers to know that you were going in the right direction. But anyway, I can't find much of anything written about this standing stone, other than on one website where somebody went up, and from the description it sounds like they might have gone to the wrong place. They wrote on a website that if it is there, it is either gone or it's buried in the forest below. Now on the OS map where it is marked, there is no forest below it. There is a forest below the peak which it is named after. So I think that whoever made that note online went to the peak looking for the standing stone, and it is not there. It is at the saddle between them. One thing that I love about this route is that it's become so touristy. They have paved it really nicely now. Only last year, I think, the year before that, it was all boardwalks, but they get all rotten and slippy, and they can be, I think, more dangerous sometimes than just bare trail. But I understand that they're not there necessarily to protect us, but more so they're there to protect the land. Yep, icy. Yeah, these are old icy logs. Oh man, this is so dodgy. Okay, this is fine. So the last time that I was here, there was about a foot of snow. It started pelting snow. Like, it got quite heavy. And I don't know what temperature it was, but a good bit below freezing. There was these massive big icicles hanging off all the little bog shelves. But then these clouds rolled in and the snow got deeper. I couldn't see anything. I was supposed to be going up this hill, basically the same route I'm going on now. And then I was going to do this massive big horseshoe loop all around the valley. But once I got up here, there's a few decent sized holes in the path, and I fell into one and I clicked my knee. So panic ensued, because I was like, oh no. Like, what am I going to do? And at that stage, I didn't have all of the emergency gear in my backpack that I would bring now. I had a map and compass with me because I didn't have the off-trail maps downloaded, and I had no signal, which you do have signal up here now, but I guess when you're engulfed in it, you know, I wouldn't call it a snowstorm, but definitely heavy snow and dense clouds. The signal was just cut off. So I was in a pretty hairy situation with a bogey knee, no signal, and no visuals of where I was or where I was going. I knew roughly where I was because I am familiar with this area. I've hiked around here a lot. I knew that there was some way markers, which is a nice little nugget considering that we're going looking for maybe a medieval way marker now. And I was like, the snow isn't deep enough to bury them, so I'll at least see the top half of them. So I hobbled my way along this route that I'm walking now, which is nice and clear. So I measured, I was like, I can go back that way or I can keep going this way. But I knew that there was a route through this forest and this valley that I could take that would get me back to the car park at Glendalough quicker than if I turned around. So thanks to a map and compass and the little knowledge that I had about how to use a map and compass, here's one of the way markers, one of the markers that was sticking out of the snow. I was able to make my way up through, there's a section of bog up here, and then there's a gate up here, which I'll show you now in a second. And once I saw that gate, I was like, grand. I know where I am, I know what I'm doing. It's so easy to panic when you can't see anything, when it's just white. I was just staring at my shoes to have some sort of reference of sight because it was just deep white snow inside a cloud with snow coming at me, like baiting me in the face. So I was squinting. It was mad. It was the most mental hiking experience I've ever had. Anyway, obviously I got out because I'm here. Why don't I hike the other way? Look at this. Versus this. Some deer on the hill. Okay, it got cold. Is that a ptarmigan? I swear that sounded like a ptarmigan, or maybe it was a duck or something. This is the valley of Glenmalure. It's sort of the base in the Wicklow Mountains of Irish rebels for centuries and centuries. And it was almost impenetrable for the English and the British. Down that hill just here, there was a big battle once called the Battle of Glenmalure, where they defeated an English army on the side of the mountain. I think it was Féach Mac Éa O'Brien who led that battle in the 1570s, I think. But anyway, it was just over there. This is the gate. When I was trudging my way through the snow with a bogey leg here, this is the gate that I knew I had to get to. And once I passed this, I got onto a forestry path. And then I could zigzag my way all the way back down to the car park. That's not where I'm going today though. Up to Mullaghmore. Mullaghmore, meaning the big hill in Irish. Which, I mean, they're not wrong. It is a big hill. I've gone up nearly 1,000 meters since I started, which is almost the height of the highest mountain in Ireland. And I reckon I'll surpass that pretty handily. Okay, starting to flatten off now. Look at this. Can't see a thing, boy. Oh, it's icy. Mullaghmore. This is the first proper peak, kind of technically the only mountain that I'm going to climb today. And there goes the views. No time to stop. Whoop. Standing Stone should be over there on the other side of this hill somewhere. And that is why it's so nice. And there's no clouds because you can see exactly where you're going. Almost there. Right, I'm in the area of the standing stone. Now, in the thing that I saw written online, they said that they think that it's buried in the forest below, which is that forest over there. That's Cullentraw Hill or mountain, whatever you want to call it, over there. But on the OS maps, the standing stone is in this heather somewhere. I'm using the Hiker app. I know that it's pretty good because there was a split in the trail there and I could see it on the map and that's where I was standing, so I know it's pretty good. So I'm going to cut across. I was kind of hoping that this would just be like blatantly apparent in the landscape. It is telling me that the standing stone is this way. I am losing faith a little bit. I should be standing on a standing stone right now. Like, it could literally just be a little nubbin of a rock that's left. Just trampling through the heather here in hopes that I kick a big stone. Oh my God. Standing stone? Like, here's this rock, right? That's just buried into the ground there. That could be it. Like, I don't know. It is not here. If it is, it's buried under peat and heather and grass. It's a damn shame. And it looks like there's some big clouds and a bit of wind coming in, so I'm gonna get moving. Well, I was just yapping to a group of hikers there that I met at the little crossroads section. There was an owl lad. He said he was very familiar with the area. And I said, I was looking for a standing stone over on Cullentraw. And he said, oh Jesus, no, I don't know anything about the standing stone around there. And no standing stone has ever presented itself to him. Which is a damn shame, so whatever happened to it, it's long gone. I think the most jealous I've ever been in my life was the last time I was on this ridge here when I was with the mountaineering training crew, and it was freezing cold. One of the fellas that we were with cracked open his bag. I had like a cold ham sandwich and a bottle of water and I think like a Snickers or something, and your man whipped out this flask with tomato soup in it, hot tomato soup, and a buttered baguette. What a bastard. Still think about it. Why didn't I bring a flask of tomato soup? Peanut butter and blackberry jam sandwich, in case you were wondering. I can see Mullaghcore from here. Every time some clouds come over Mullaghcore, they get darker, a little bit more ominous looking. Oh, this is fantastic. I stopped moving for like, I don't know, less than 10 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, and I am freezing. I'm gonna get down this mountain before I freeze to death, boy. Jesus. Disqualify as a standing stone. It is a stone and it's standing up. It's not the one I was looking for, but sure, look, that wind is picking up, so I'm gonna keep skedaddling out of here. But there you go, that's the top of Derrybon. 476 meters, I believe. Oh yes. Oh, back in the car. 17 kilometers and no standing stone, which is unfortunate, but I guess question answered, right? Which should be as satisfying as finding the stone is knowing that the stone isn't there. So I might be coping a bit, but mission successful, sort of. Anyway, nice day hike in the lovely winter sunshine of Wicklow National Park. Wherever I am next time, camping, hiking, looking for something in the wild. I'll see you then. Slán go fóill.